Welcome to Conversations. I'm Muqtedar Khan, your host, and today I'm going to talk about a- an incredible development in Pakistan, the arrest of PTI chief Imran Khan. And this is a crisis that is just begun and is unfolding. And so this is an early take that I'm going to provide. It's quite possible that there might be further events taking place subsequently. So I'm going to try and keep the discussion to the implications of this crisis rather than the details of the crisis, because facts will change even as I continue to record this. So before I go any further, please make sure that you subscribe to Conversations, like the video, and ring the bell icon. So Imran Khan has been arrested, and the government is alleging that it is about some Al Qadr trust in which land was transferred to Imran Khan and his wife, and so it's a corruption case, and so he has essentially been nabbed by NAB. So that is a Pakistani organization that is supposed to combat corruption in the country. What you're seeing essentially is, for the first time in Pakistan's history, I think, a complete division between the people and Pakistani army. Pakistan was essentially a state that was, for a long time, actually, it has been upheld by the Pakistani army. So the only robust, enduring, and all-powerful institution in Pakistan has been the Pakistani army, which continues to control its foreign policy, its economy, and its politics also. So even though they have had elections often, people that the army chooses gets elected. So even when Imran Khan became prime minister, he was referred to as not the elected prime minister of Pakistan, but the selected prime minister because he was chosen by the army. And then, of course, Imran Khan and he's kind of a megalomaniac, and so he essentially assumed that he was the prime minister of Pakistan and made policies which the army opposed, and he was then deposed himself. So what we are seeing now with the arrest of Imran Khan are two things. One, the army, I think, has had enough of Imran Khan's criticism of the leadership of the army, alleging that the commanders are corrupt. And sometimes he accuses them of colluding with America and being anti-national and so on. So all the allegations that he has been making against the army, and to some extent, he has even divided the army. There are pro-Imran Khan and anti-Imran Khan factions in the military itself. So he has done great damage to the army itself, and I think that under the new chief, the army has decided that it was time to take action against him. The other reason for this arrest clearly is the current disposition. The PDM government in Islamabad has realized that deposing Imran Khan has actually created a bigger support base for Imran Khan. The public is more with Imran than anybody else. And given the fact that they have to have a constitutionally mandated elections either in October or November, means, and given the state of the economy in Pakistan, the state of social turmoil in Pakistan, there is no way that the current government will be able to beat Pakistan in a fair and free election. And so they either want to postpone the elections or they want to disqualify Imran Khan. So by accusing him of being corrupt and basically having many cases pending against him, they hope to disqualify him from the elections. And I guess they think that without Imran Khan, they will be able to beat PTI. If they release Imran Khan from prison and they do have elections, then he will still be able to campaign even if he's disqualified from holding a position. So I think PTI could still win, except that Imran Khan may not be prime minister. He could be the Sonia Gandhi of India, try to govern through a proxy. But what is interesting is the question of what will the army do next. In order to do that, we have to understand that there are three major poles in the Pakistani politics. There are three different forces that are impactful in Pakistani politics. One is Imran Khan and his supporters. He captures the entire civil society arena, people who want democracy, people who want constitutional governance, and people who actually believe that Imran Khan is not corrupt, and therefore their only chance of having a non-corrupt prime minister and a non-corrupt government. So that is one pole, people who have always been who have always taken Pakistan's liberal democracy very seriously are actually more or less with Pakistan, with Imran Khan, and some segments of the second pole, which is essentially the Islamic movements. So there is a range of Islamists in Pakistan, from those who are sympathetic to Islamic values to those who are adamant that Islamic law should be implemented in Pakistan. And this range is more or less sympathetic to Imran Khan. That's why he used to be called the Taliban Khan, but they're not fully committed or interested in democracy. Maybe Jamaat Islami cares about democracy in Pakistan, but the rest of the groups really don't care. They want to impose some kind of a caliphate in Pakistan. So I have a feeling that with this government focused on PTI, Islamist groups such as TTP and other groups will find more freedom to push their own agenda, and they see the chaos in Islamabad and Rawalpindi as an opportunity to perform operations, etc. So I think you are going to see a lot of actions from them. So basically, there's going to be a lot of political turmoil. There will be lots of acts of, I think, extremism and violence coming from TTP and other groups allied with it. And then you're going to see the civil society supporters of Imran Khan protesting. I have received news just before I started recording this that they have attacked a house belonging to a corps commander. They have also attacked the general headquarters in Rawalpindi. So clearly they see the army as their target, and so they are venting their anger against the army. And the third pole, obviously, in Pakistani politics is the army and the politicians that it supports in government. The question really is, how's the army going to deal with it? Remember, this chaos starts just 2 or 3 days after the Chinese foreign minister visits Pakistan and tells Pakistan to get its act together. The Chinese have given billions of dollars of aid to Pakistan in the past few weeks. They have deposited dollars in Pakistani accounts, and they have basically rolled over commercial and public loans so that Pakistan is able to deal with IMF. And in order for the Chinese to essentially get back their investments in Pakistan, they need Pakistan to be stable, to be governed, to contain extremism, and to essentially invest and begin to make its economy more vibrant. But the Pakistani government responds to their best friend and ally by essentially ratcheting up the very reasons which are triggering a political crisis in Pakistan. So the army is going to be under pressure, whether they like it or not, to do something about it. So they can potentially do two things. They can either intervene, as they always have done in the past, and govern directly. But this is not a good time to govern because of the basically economic crisis that Pakistan is facing. Regardless of who comes to power, they are going to face very difficult challenges and very difficult decisions. And if they make the right decisions, the public is going to be very angry. If they make the wrong decisions, then the situation is going to get worse and worse and worse. So the army would also not want to handle this. And I don't understand why Shehbaz Sharif and his government is so desperate to govern at this moment. It would be very smart for them to basically have an early elections and let Imran Khan manage the economic crisis. And then in a couple of years, when he makes all the difficult decisions, they could probably come back and try to win elections fair and square. But nevertheless, one option for the army is to try and govern directly, which I think is not a very attractive idea. The other is to start a limited war with India in order to distract attention from all the domestic crisis towards a foreign policy, hoping that the public will then again fall behind the army and rally to the flag. And this is where I think the Indian army has to be on high alert. It is quite possible that the Pakistani army could trigger an incident where they would want a limited war on the border. And I think that that is an idea that they should be easily dissuaded. I think it is. I hope that the Indian military or the Indian government sends a message to the Pakistanis that at this moment, if they try a military adventure on the border of India, Pakistan, to distract attention from domestic politics in Pakistan, then it will not be a limited war, and Pakistan will be punished heavily for essentially getting in India to get India involved in the Pakistani domestic crisis. So I think as we go forward, we are going to see some of these issues become more and more urgent and bigger and bigger, essentially. So the crisis is going to get bigger. From a political perspective, political theoretical perspective, one could argue that what we are seeing is a struggle for restructuring Pakistan's military-civil relations. Essentially, this is the public versus the military scenario, and the public wants the military to stay out of politics. And Pakistan can never become a properly functioning democracy if the military continues to govern directly or indirectly or from the shadows. It is one of the most fundamental principles of every democracy that the military be subordinated to civilian elected leaders. So this is an issue of how Pakistan will be governed and who will govern Pakistan as this crisis unfolds. Will the military try to govern Pakistan? Can the current government of Pakistan, which seems to be only interested in staying in power, no matter which way or the other, manage to govern Pakistan and provide security to its population and also try and stabilize the economy? Or will essentially street politics and mob politics rule Pakistan going forward? So this is not the only conversation that I'm going to do on Pakistan and Imran Khan. I probably will do more as events unfold. So please keep in touch, subscribe to Khanversations, ring the bell icon. That is critical so that you get to know when I post my next conversation. And also make sure that you share the video, like a video, and share it with your friends and your networks. This is Muqtedar Khan. I will see you soon again. Thank you very much for watching.